So now we go to Canada with a very special book by a very special author that has done a lot to preserve, save, and promote and share with the world the cuisine of a small community, but extremely important historically, Parsi. This is a book that is now read in many countries by people that have a relationship with Parsi or people interested in history. So from Canada, Niloufer Malvalala, Parsi Cooking, Preserving the Past for the Future. Thank you, Niloufer.
Am I waiting for the slideshow? Yeah. Edward, do you have a clicker? Thank you. So, the next one.
You press the green, and if you go back, the red.
All right. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be speaking about preserving the past for the future. Food and cuisine certainly play a more central role in our daily lives today than they have ever used to. Stories about food customs, traditions, and heritage are essential to our cultural identity. With globalization and social media, it is particularly important to ensure accuracy and avoid misrepresentation. This has placed an additional responsibility on those documenting the history of ancient cuisines in their journals for future generations. This is the cookbook, and these are some of the images from inside the book. The back cover has been written by the famous maestro Zubin Mehta, who is also a Parsi. Parsi cuisine stands in a unique and advantageous position. This is because of our history. With no nation, no inherited language or flag, that it has remained sheltered from the spotlight of the world and has helped in preserving traditional recipes cooked over centuries. While our cuisine has evolved, as has the community, it has remained free from trendy changes and modifications. The names and labels we refer to continue to be unadulterated. To us, every recipe is specific. A curry is only a curry when cooked with coconut, and all lentils, or dars as we call them, are differently prepared and have distinct tastes. Rice can be boiled or caramelized, and when cooked with lentils, we call it khichdi. Onion, ginger, garlic, and tomato-based stews are called patio. Methods for cooking sweets, we call parks and halwas, are unique to each one. Preserves and chutneys are fruit-specific. Flavors and titles continue to maintain their authenticity over centuries. While there are not many cookbooks one can refer to on Parsi cuisine, whatever material we have found all confirms that we are still cooking in the same traditional ways of our forefathers and ancestors, and very proudly so. We have made significant changes over the years and now utilize modern technology, such as food processors, which are a stark contrast to the traditional masala na patthar or grinding stones used by our grandmothers. While the textures can evolve and change when using different methods of grinding, the ingredients and flavors remain the same. Only in the very recent past has Parsi cuisine begun to attract the attention of the culinary world. This, my friends, is thanks to Edward Cointreau and the Gourmand Awards. The acknowledgement and recognition of Parsi cuisine as a regional cuisine of India have contributed to reviving this ancient and distinct culinary legacy. But with recognition comes responsibility, an obligation, and a sense of duty to make sure that whatever is portrayed is true to Parsi cooking. More importantly, it has facilitated the preservation of our community's past, with the hope of passing it down to future generations, and as it is a food-centered culture, it should be shared with others who enjoy eating. Parsi cuisine emerges through the influence of three other cuisines: Persian, where our roots are, Indian, where we migrated to, and British, from colonial India. We have also adopted certain nuances from the Portuguese and the Dutch, who were also part of the colony centuries ago. I truly believe that we, as a human race, are connected by our shared culinary cultures, which have woven themselves into the threads of history. The Parsis are no different. The fruits and nuts in our meats and the chilies and spices in our stews, the persistent use of milk and eggs in our custards and white sauces, as well as the use of coconut, vinegar, and kokum, which is a wild mangosteen, in our curries. These are all a big amalgamation of our neighbors. Eating rice at every meal and making rotis to accompany our margos, which is food cooked with meat, makes Parsi cuisine a melting pot of unique ingredients, perfectly married, which is the influence on our eating habits. Interestingly, we do not find certain items like chocolate and cocoa in our repertoire. Food customs and traditions provide us a sense of belonging. Parsis are believed to have an occasion for every food and a food for every occasion. We must celebrate these foods by learning more about them to preserve them for future generations and prevent them from disappearing. Following our Reet Rivaj, or customs and traditions, is a choice, but preserving them is a must. The real beauty of this timeless cuisine is that it has all come down by rote. The cookbooks that we can refer to are only 200 years old, and we know that the ability to continue our beautiful recipes is thanks to our grandmothers and grandfathers who were particularly careful in teaching their children. In recognition of these amazing home cooks, today I dedicate my books, my awards, and my accolades to all these wonderful people: my mother and aunts, my mother-in-law and her family, my father and brother, and my grandmothers and their siblings for making this day possible. Being a perfectionist by nature, it was my mother who meticulously kept a handwritten account of the recipes in an orderly manner. I owe my culinary knowledge to my aunt, who shared her wealth of knowledge through our daily conversations. And I love my father and brother for showing me the importance of enjoying our Parsi cuisine and the necessity of cooking to eat well. I thank my children, whose constructive criticism encouraged me to strive for excellence. But mostly to my hubby Adil for always being my rock. On the left, you can see the bound books. These are the collection of my mother. She wrote them by hand, and I had them bound after she passed away 4 years ago. Parsi cuisine values seasonality, simplicity, and balance. Our cooking is familial, and we learn that the food on our table is for everyone to share. Everyone at the table, young and old, bears a communal obligation. Serving oneself mindfully and with respect teaches one to never run out of food. This concept is not exclusive to us as Parsis, but also aligns with the dish with one spoon, a pledge made by Indigenous peoples of Canada to peacefully share land resources. It represents a shared responsibility to care for the earth and each other. The dish represents the land and shared territory, while the one spoon represents the people, their common access to resources, and the importance of collectively using them appropriately. It's a combination of respect, dignity, and tradition, a trio of honor to the past, present, and the future generations. To the ingredients you are using, the spices you're grinding, and the people you'll be eating with. And with this newfound understanding of my new home, I feel that as a Parsi Zoroastrian living in Canada, I've come full circle in an unexpected way. We like to have a no-waste policy as a community. Our food follows that mantra, starting with pickling excess produce, including the skin of fruits and vegetables, as well as raw from the fish. We really focus on cooking from nose to tail. Fillets of fish and boneless meats are frowned upon. Transforming leftovers is a given, and it brings me joy to experiment with them and create the unknown. The achars, chutneys, cutlets, and patties that we all enjoy eating and that have become a part and parcel of Parsi cooking are the best examples of zero waste. Our food is nutritious, and we believe that maintaining good health involves eating seasonal local foods. Eating seasonally inculcates values of gratitude for farmers and natural weather patterns, patience, and appreciation for the relevance of each meal. My upbringing in the East with those principles has made me more aware and appreciative of these ideas, especially now that I live in the West, where everything is available throughout the year. They say when you love what you do, you are sure to succeed. While cooking food for others has always been my passion, recognizing that few people in this world are familiar with our delightful Parsi cuisine inspired me and drove my passion to pursue the goal of placing our cuisine on the culinary map of the world. My fourth cookbook, The Route to Parsi Cooking, From Pars to India and Beyond, expresses this sentiment, age, and era of the food. Parsis, the people from Pars, have a natural affinity for all things joyful, and this cookbook depicts our culture, customs, and idiosyncrasies in a light-hearted and delightful manner while using old recipes to tell stories through cuisine, complete with incredible facts and humorous anecdotes, surely preserving the past for the future. Thank you.